Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, bringing you low quality content you deserve. And today I have clickbaited you. You're under the assumption that Yata is legal. Probably not, because you have a brain, but I'm going to show you a combo that I've actually known for a while. I just didn't want to show off because it's like, whatever. But it's really, really funny. I mean, it's actually such a hilarious interaction that even when I do it to people, they can't help but like find it very funny, even though it is degenerate. But let's get into it. So for this combo, we need Lair of Darkness or any of its copies, Ties of the Brethren specifically, and either Sangan, Tour Guide, Lilith, or Malice. Now, if you've watched my channel, if you've been watching my channel for a little bit, you might know what this combo actually is. Or you might know how we get it started and how we get it going. But let's get into it. Let's say we normal summon Tour Guide, summon Sangan. Pretty simple, right? We're doing the old 4 monsters for Lair. We'll Ties the Brethren the Sangan, summon Lilith at 2,000 and Malice at 1k. And now keep in mind, you still have 2 more cards in your hand, which are typically traps in a trap deck. So we will tribute Sangan to set a drop-off. And Sangan will trigger to search a hand trap. Now, you might have had to do a double take. Let me read this card to you. When your opponent draws for their normal draw in their draw phase, they have to discard that card. You might already know where this is going, so I'm just going to go ahead, go to end phase. Whatever the other 2 cards were, you put to your board. Now on their draw phase, drop off. Alright, they have a 5-card hand. They have to play through your Ash Blossom, they have to play through your Lair, and whatever else you had. And if they can't, they're never given the opportunity again. Let me show you why. So we Ash Blossom them, we use our 2 traps, and their last thing they do is they try to summon a monster to push. We Lilith it, and activate, and we get back to the front. Alright, so end phase, they get a token, so we will use this to signify how many tokens our opponent has. So on our draw phase, I'm not even going to draw because it doesn't matter anymore. So we are going, if you didn't have Tour Guide, the back to the front is actually important, which is why I'm going to ignore this Tour Guide is here. So we will back to the front Sangan, and then Malice will tribute Sangan and your opponent's token to set this drop off back, and then Sangan will add another hand trap. So if, let's say, your opponent had 4 playable cards, if the other 2 cards in your hand were interactions, Lair and Ash Blossom were interaction, so that means your opponent's 5-card hand, there's only 1 card remaining. So now, we'll go to attack, we'll attack with our stuff. End phase, we'll get 2 tokens. Lilith will tribute 1 of them to set anything. You can do another back to the front. You can do another drop off. It doesn't matter. Just a trap. Just to clear these tokens up. Alright, so now your opponent draws. They're at 2 cards. They're at 1 card. Back to the front goes back, or not back to the front. Drop off goes back in the deck. They're still at 1 card. If it's a monster, you just tribute it. If it's a spell or trap that does anything relevant, you just Ash Blossom it. So now they're at 0 cards. And here's where it gets nasty. Now, end phase, we'll tribute this. We have 3 drop-offs in our deck again. And our opponent gets a token. So I'm going to ignore the draw phase. Now we contribute the Tour Guide and their token to get back to the front. And you can see where this is going. If your opponent never gets a draw phase, you don't really have to care about what they're doing. So, yep, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I wanted to show this off because soon I'm going to be making a video on why Lair of Darkness should never be made into a good deck. I know that's like going to be kind of upsetting for some people to hear because they love, a lot of the people on my channel actually love my Lair of Darkness deck profiles. And I have a lot of them. I have a lot of Lair combos, but if you look at the sheer amount of very different Lair builds I have, you might get a suspicion on why Lair of Darkness should not be a good deck and why we shouldn't get extremely powerful support for this deck. Like you might be able to figure it out just by looking at my channel and seeing how many very different Lair of Darkness builds and combos I have. But that's about it. Thank you all for watching, and remember, Master Dinnerflax will take your soul.